Welcome back. This is the second video in the series of videos over the retirement assignment. So in this assignment, in this video, we will start working on the retirement schedule. So to do that, first thing we need to do is just go over to the assignment itself. Open that up, and if you scroll to the very bottom, right above, well, in years I won't show it this way, but there's two documents here. One is the retirement plan and the instructions, which are, of course, also in Moodle above. And then the start file. So you just want to open up the start file. It's mad at me because I already had one open. Try that again. And it should be popping up any second. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to say File, Save As. And I'll save that. Okay, so what I've done is I just deleted the basically most of the body out of the spreadsheet that I demonstrated to you in the last video. And then over here I have step-by-step kind of instructions on what to do. And I'm noticing now, let's see, I think that I can pull that down a bit. Yeah, that should work. And there's little check boxes here just to kind of check them off as you do them, although that's not that critical. It's just a way to help you know where you left off. So the first thing I'm going to have us do is we're going to name some ranges. And the easiest way I actually do that, so you see you're going to name cell A3 as monthly underscore contribution and cell A4 as interest underscore rate. But there's a quick way to do that. If you highlight that section there, just A3 through B9. Actually, I've got them. Yeah. And then if you go up to formulas and into the define names, if you say create from selection, and you're going to uncheck this top row, and basically you're saying you're leaving checked where it says right column. So what that means is it's going to put labels on each of those based on this right column here, and just click OK. So if you click over Name Manager, we already have all these cells named appropriately. Okay, and you'll see how much that helps in a few minutes. So that did these first through A9, and then we also need to do balance at retirement here, and then monthly benefits. So we can just do the same thing there. Again, go to Formulas, create from selection, and then add that to the mix. And then finally we want to name this little table here as stage. There we go. I just call it stage, meaning retirement stage. Okay, so we've done this little step here. Now, it doesn't look like anything's been done, but it actually has. Just trust me. Okay, so next thing you want to do is you want to come over here, and for each year, you want to, or age in years, you want to put what stage that would be here. Okay, so all you got to do is it's the VLOOKUP. And so you're doing VLOOKUP here. So you just come here, we're going to copy it down. So you go up to Lookup and Reference, all the way down to VLOOKUP. And the lookup value is age in years. Table array, and you could type stage in, but so either way there really isn't a best way to do it, I don't think. And column index number is, this is your first column, second, third, so you're pulling this number from here. And yeah, that should work. And all we got to do is double click on this bottom right corner. It should take it all the way down. So remember, we're starting out with age 36 and 65. I'm going to change those just temporarily to 1 and 2. And I know that sounds silly, but it's basically just so you don't have to scroll down as far to check and make sure it's working. So at exactly at age 1, it switches over to stage 2, which is that contribution stage. And then exactly at age 2, it switches over to retirement stage. So it's working. So I'm going to switch this back to 36 and 65. So now we can check this box off. And okay, so beginning balance at first, and I don't have this in these instructions, but just put 0 for beginning balance there. And for future beginning balances, it's just the ending balance from the previous. You just put equals and a cell reference to the ending balance over there. And you can actually just double click on this bottom right corner and take that all the way down now too. Okay. Interest earned. And I don't know, I might not have had that in the original instructions, but I decided to kind of clear the whole body out. So interest earned, all you have to do is just say equals, take whatever the beginning balance is, times, and it's going to be times this monthly rate. So your formula is just that D12 times monthly rate. And there won't be anything in there now. It'll just be zeros because we don't have anything in those beginning balances. Just double click on that bottom left, and we have that going all the way down. Now, remember, stage 2 is when we have contributions. So basically, you're going to say on any given row that has a stage 2, you're going to drop in a cell reference to this monthly contribution. So you just come up to logical, go down to if. So the logical test is for the row you're on, if stage equals 2, then you're going to put a cell reference to monthly contribution. And notice when I click up there, it drops in that named range that we did. And if it's not stage 2, you're just going to put 0, meaning don't drop any contribution in. And just click OK. Double click here. Here you're going to do something very similar. You're going to say, formulas logical if. This time it's going to be if the stage is 3, then it's going to be a distribution. So if stage equals 3. Oh wait, we didn't calculate that, did we? We can put a cell reference into it anyway, and we'll fix that in a minute. Stage 3 equals that. Value of true is the monthly benefit. And right now we don't have a value in there, but that's okay. Copy that down. Change in balance is just going to be equals sum, and it's going to be interest earned plus contribution plus distribution. And your ending balance is just going to be equals beginning balance plus change in balance. And we can copy those down. Okay, so I do have a cell reference already set up that it's a VLOOKUP, and what it does is it looks down until it finds the retirement age in this years column, and then it goes over to beginning balance to find out the beginning balance at age 65. So now that we have an amount in there, we can go up here to our monthly benefit, and I haven't been checking them off over here, by the way, but pretty much done, except we got to calculate this monthly benefit. And that's just going to be the payment function. So we come up here, PMT, and the rate is cell reference is monthly rate. And PR is a total number of payments. So again, this is the benefit period, so it's this retirement years. But since we're working with monthly payments and this is years, we just still have to multiply. That's how many years. To find out how many months, you take that times 12. So asterisk 12. PV is that balance of retirement. What's the amount that we're distributing over? So you just put a cell reference to that. And this goes back to why I like to do the named ranges, because now these arguments or places in the functions make more sense, because otherwise it'd just be a cell reference here and instead says retirement or balance of retirement. So it makes the function make more sense and easier to audit later if we need to. Okay, on these dialog boxes like this when we're working with functions, for these functions to work, it has to have if it's got one of these arguments is in bold, it has to have it. If they're not in bold, there may be a situation where you'll need it, but they're not required, depending on what you're doing. So for this case, we don't need it. So what this tells us is that if we have $450,000 in our account, we'll get at age 65, and we're trying to have it last for 25 years, it'll be worth $3183.81. Again, that's negative because it's money coming out of the account. Okay, so what you want to do is double check it, make sure at age 90 that it zeroes out. So we will pop down. I had a link set up originally, I somehow deleted it. You notice it's lowering, it's getting closer and closer, and it works. So right here, at age 90 at 0. It's magic. Alright, so that concludes these, and so in the next video, probably a shorter one, we're going to work a little bit with goal seek, and then we'll work with data tables after that.